Hello students, welcome to the theory class of seed production of vegetable, tuber and spices crops. Today we'll talk about seed certification. Well, it is very important when it comes to seed production of any kinds of crop plant. So you can compare it with the live examples of buying a clothing. Okay, so when you go to the market and buy clothes, some people prefer branded clothes, and the branded clothes signifies that they are of higher standards and they are of high quality than the unbranded clothes. Same case you can apply here. The seeds which are produced can be of any kind, can be of any standard. When it comes to quality, it can be admixtures, there can be admixtures, there can be physical admixtures, wheat seeds of any kind. So if you segregate, if you sort out the quality seeds from the unquality, unstandard seed lot, it will be, you can call it as certified seeds, and it is all to be done by seed certifying agencies which are under the government, state government or national government. So right after that, you get a certified seed, and the grower, when he gets the certified seeds, he can sell the seeds as a certified seed which is more which has more quality and which can fetch more price for the seed that is produced. So when it comes to a scenario in which a farmer desires to grow seeds, he would like to grow the seeds instead of the normal food crops. So if he desires to grow the seeds, so he would like to rather grow quality seeds which can be achievable by by getting the certified tag, okay, of any kind. So if you remember the different kinds of seed classes that we have studied so far, the first one is nucleus seed, that is produced by the plant breeder, and breeder seed, which is produced, which can be produced only by the plant breeder, which can be multiplied by the plant breeder, and the breeder seed is then uh, used to produce the foundation seed, and then the foundation seed is used to produce the certified seed, and then the certified seed is further multiplied to certified seed either 1, or a certified seed either 2, or it can be further produced, used to produce truthful level seeds or any other seed multiplication units. Okay, so so when a farmer desires to produce seed lot, okay, in the field plot, so he would like to go for certification of that seeds, because he would fetch better quality and better price for the seed that he is producing. Okay, so usually the seed production is not taken up by many farmers. It is taken up by either private companies or seed growers, or either by a progressive farmers. Although we should encourage other farmers to come into this business and grow seeds of many kinds. And okay, when it comes to the seed village, which is a very important concept, and which can be employed for many villages which are growing marginal crops. Okay, so any institution or any private firms can engage the farmers field to produce seeds of high quality, and which you can see the example of a region of Assam, okay, allotment of summer paddy seeds under seed village program in some villages such as Kuturi, Solobori, Rajbari in Nagaon district, and in Kokrajhar district, Kusumbil, and which varieties are also given here. Navin varieties are grown in these villages, and Jaimat and Kanaklata are grown in these villages and such as in such areas, and productivities are given here. Okay, so they have employed farmers which are located in some village areas to grow seeds, and which encourage them and to produce quality seeds for themselves and for the seed either seed institution which is engaging them, or the private firms which is engaging them. Okay, so these villages which are engaged by the either institution or organization or any private firms are called as seed villages. Okay, so these seed villages will be uh, emphasized on growing seeds rather than food products. Okay, so coming to what is seed certifications, although we have already talked about seed certification is branding, it's a quality standards. Okay, it's a legal quality standards given to a particular seed lot. Okay, and to maintain the what to say genetic and physical purity, and by definition it's written as a legally sanctioned system to maintain quality of the seeds during seed production, post-harvest operation, and distribution of seeds. So in within all these operations, the seed quality has to be maintained. And in field seed standards, we have already learned about the Indian minimum seed certification standards. So under that we have seed standards and field standards. So field standards are either looked upon by seed inspectors which are under seed certifying agencies. So the agencies will send some experts which are called as seed inspectors, which will visit your farm for a regular period of time to inspect the field and check on the isolation distance and many characteristics, and also the seed lot which is produced after the post harvest operations. Okay, and of course it is for quality assurance, and seed which are intended for domestic and international markets is controlled and inspected by official sources in order to guarantee consistent high quality for consumers. Okay, so when it comes to seeds which are going to be exported, so they are taken special care by National Seed Corporation, and it includes feed. Yes, we have already talked about this. The seed certification includes field inspection by field inspectors, seed quality test, and pre and post quality checked. Okay, we have already learned about what is seed quality analysis, grow out test, field inspections. Okay, and there is one important thing which everyone has to remember, because this is quite compulsorily asked in exams, in competitive exams, that certification that seed certification that a farmer gets is voluntary. Okay, it's rather the farmer can get certified of a seed lot that he produced, but labeling has to be done initially before certifications. Okay, because certification is a standard which is given by the seed certifying agencies. Okay, while labeling is usually conferred or given a guarantee quality regarding genetic and physical purity by the seed grower. Okay, so labeling is compulsory, and labeling tag has to be there in the seed lot, and after that, right after the labeling is done, the seed certification, it should proceed for the seed certifications. Okay, and as you can see, the different seed certification tags for different classes of seeds which are of this, although there are other seed classes. I have mentioned only three important ones. First one being breeder seed, which is tag color is golden yellow, and second one is foundation seed, which color is white, and the third one is certified seed, which is called as certified seed only, and which color is azure blue. Okay, well, coming to the next slide, we have a comparison between a certified seed and a truthful level seeds. Well, coming to the certified seed, it is a voluntary. Okay, it depends on the seed grower whether he wants to certify the seeds, whether he wants to get a certification of the seed lot that he produced. Okay, as we have already talked about the branding of the seed lot when you get certified. Okay, it fetch you better quality, better price, and better quality assurance regarding to genetic and physical purity. Okay, so it all seems to certify that the seed quality is assured by the grower, and at the same time, more importantly, quality is guaranteed by the seed certifying agencies. Whatever the seed certifying agencies is dealing with, the seed grower is dealing with, it will certify that. Okay, so it will fetch a better price than the truthful level seeds which is available in the market. Okay, which has no certificate, because when you don't have seed certificate, so it will be guaranteed, the quality characteristics is assured only by the seed grower, or you can say the seed producing agencies. Okay, which may be an organization, or it may be an institution, or it may be research stations, or it may be a private firm, or whichever be. Okay, and when it comes to certified seeds, certified seed is applicable. It can be done, it can be certified to a notified kind only. What is notified kind, we'll discuss that later. So these are kind of seeds which are given by particular seed act. Okay, it is correlated with a particular seed legislation, and it is applicable to both notified and released varieties. Okay, so what is so truthful level seeds are applicable to both kinds of seed varieties which are notified and released, and it should satisfy both minimum field and seed standards. When it comes to minimum field and seed standards, we have already talked about this. It is Indian minimum seed certification standards. So with field and seed standards we have already learned about. So it has to, the certified seeds, the seed plot which has to be certified, or the certified seed has to fit in the minimum criteria characteristics that is given. And so we have gone through different criteria, minimum and maximum limits, allowable limits for both foundation and certified seeds. So if a seed grower is willing to produce a certified seed, it has to fulfill the minimum allowable or maximum allowable level of seed standards or the field standards. Okay, so same case here. In case of truthful level seeds, it has a lower standards here, which is there is test for physical purity and germination only. Okay, so grow out test and physical purity test will be there, and otherwise there won't be testing for Indian minimum seed certification standards. There is no need for that to get your seed labeled. Okay, and in case of certified seeds, the seed certification is usually done by seed certification officer. Seed inspector while seed inspectors can take seed samples for inspection from time to time from the seed lot, from the and from the field plot where the seed is grown. Okay, and in case of truthful level seeds, the seed inspector also has a role in this. While in case of leveling seeds, or in case of truthful level seeds, the seed inspector alone can take samples for checking the quality of the seeds. Okay, so these are the few differences between a certified seed and a truthful level seed. And coming to the next slide, we have when a particular grower desires to produce seeds, has to go through certain principles. The seed production process has to go through certain principles which are laid down by the seed certain legislative acts and legislative seed seed laws which are given as such: Seed Act 1966, Seed Rules 1968, and Seed Control Order 1983, and also Indian Minimum Seed Certification Standards, which was originally given in 1988 and was later on revised in 2013. Okay, so this comes under seed legislation, which is a different chapter, although it is correlated to this chapter also, because as we have already talked about, the notified seeds of notified kind, it is defined under this, and also the seed certifying agencies. Okay, and seed certifying agencies is talked about what kind of uh, characteristics, what a seed certifying agencies should be, and what kind of uh, institution should seed certifying agencies have, is all under this act. Okay, under section 8 of it, and under section 5 of the seed act 1966, it talks about the notified seeds. Okay, and yeah, when it comes to the section 8 of the seed act, so the principles of forming seed certifying agencies are as such. It shows it should not involve in seed production and marketing. The seed certifying agencies should not involve in any seed production and marketing related activities, and it should be an autonomous body. Okay, it should be a body which checks only the quality characteristics, both physical and genetic purity of the seed production and seed marketing. And the seed certification procedure adopted should be uniform throughout the country, and the prices of seed production, the charge of seed processing, the seed certification should be all equal throughout the uh, throughout the country, even though they are operated differently by different state seed certifying agencies, okay, throughout the countries. And it should be closely associated with technical institutions such as agricultural universities, state agricultural universities, or central agricultural universities, or national research centers of different crop plants can be associated. Okay, it should be operated on a non-profit and no loss basis. Okay, so the the seed certifying agencies should not go for profit base, which in case of private companies, they intend to go for profit base because they are they are usually go for marketing of the seed produced. Okay, but when it comes to seed certifying agencies, they are supposed to check on the quality characteristics of the marketing products. Okay, and it should be adequate. There should be adequate technical staffs and facilities for timely inspection of seed fields, because these are called as seed inspectors, okay, which are sent by the seed certifying agencies from time to time to the seed production units which are grown in the farmer's field. Okay, although we have already learned about the seed village also. So when a seed uh, grower intends to grow seeds in seed villages, okay, when a grower or particular institute uh, desires to produce seeds in farmers field, so the inspectors will visit to those farmers also and inspect the quality characteristics, minimum and maximum quality characteristics of the field standards, and at the same time, after post harvest, the seed standards of the seed that is produced by the farmer. So every care has to be taken before and all along the seed production uh, process. Okay, it should serve for the interest of seed producers and buyers. Okay, so all quality characters has to be taken up by the seed certifying agencies. So when we talk about the seed certifying agencies, so every state has seed certifying agencies. Okay, although in case of scenario, when we talk about the northeast states, we have only two, although it might be there, but it's not shown in the site, okay, in the list given here. And in case of northeast regions, I found only two states having the state seed certifying agencies, which in case of Assam, we have Assam State Seed Certification Agencies in Ulubari, Guwahati, and in Sikkim we have seed certification wing under the Department of Agriculture, Government of Sikkim, so which is very good example of progress in seed production in northeast region. And and the link for these seed certification agencies, different certification agencies in different states, are also given along with this lecture in this video. And coming to eligibility requirement for certifications, okay, so what kind of seed lot can be applied for certifications, okay, can be applied for quality characteristics examinations. Okay, a variety to be when a plant grower or seed grower desires to certify its seeds, a variety should be eligible for certification. It should all meet the requirements, which are general requirements and specific requirements for field and seed standards that we have already studied in Indian minimum seed certification standards. We are going to talk about the other eligible requirements of certification, which are seed legislation as provided by seed legislation, Seed Act 1966. Certification is voluntary, okay, and seeds of only those varieties which are notified under section 5 of the Seed Act 1966 shall be eligible for certifications. Okay, so when a seed is produced and the seed is multiplied, say for example when the seed is produced by the breeder, a new variety is produced by the breeder, it is given to the uh, to the state seed producer for multiplications, okay, for high yielding variety production. And they, before releasing of it, the variety is called as notified kind, and all these varieties comes under a special category of uh, seeds called notified variety of seeds, and it is mentioned under section 5 of the Seed Act of 1966. It is updated from time to time, and you can go in and check the list of varieties of every crop plant which is notified kind under section 5 of the Seed Act of 1966, which are eligible for certifications. Okay, and coming to the breeder seed, coming to one of the most important thing about certification is breeder seed is not doesn't come under certification, because breeder seed has its own standard, and it is already maintained in, and it can only be maintained and it can only be produced by the breeder, which is the original producer of the seeds. And certification can be only done for foundation and certified seed class. Okay, so when a farmer or when a seed grower produces foundation seed, it can be applied for certification, and of course for certified seed class also. And certification shall be conducted for by the seeds certifying agencies notified under section 8 of the section Seed Act 1966. So what does section 8 says? Section 8 says the different um, seed certifying agencies and the minimum requirements or the different criterias of being a seed certifying agencies, or which has to be maintained by the seed certifying agency, has to be given. Okay, and the seed certifying agencies according to the Seed Act 1966 are as under the, and for different states, for other states it was also given there, but I haven't listed here. This is just an example. I'm going to give this the link for visiting this site along with this lecture. And talking about section 9 of this act, Seed Act 1966, it grants the certificate by the seed certifying agencies. Okay, so it's a legal act to certify the seed grower, the or to certify the seed lot for the particular variety, for the particular certified seed or foundation seed by the seed certifying agencies. Okay, so we have 3 points to remember: section 5 of the Seed Act 1966, section 8 of the Seed Act 1966, and section 9. Okay, section 5 talks about the notified varieties or notified kind of varieties which are listed under the Seed Act 1966 for every crop plants. And section 8 talks about the different seed certifying agencies which are available for different states, and the criteria for becoming or being a seed certifying agencies. And under section 9 it talks about the grant of certificate to a seed grower for the seed lot that is produced under the seed certifying agencies. Okay, and under this act, a seed certified seed producer is defined as a person or organization who grows or distributes seeds in accordance with the producer and standards of the certifications. Okay, so phases of seed certifications, when it comes to the different phases, we have first of all receive of the application and scrutiny of the application form by the seed producer. So first of all, the seed producer has to fill in a form, either it may be online or offline. So most of the states seed certifying agencies are now updated with the latest technology, and they have installed their websites with online facilitated application form, so they can directly go to that website and apply for that, or else they can apply offline if the facility is there. And then the application form is to be scrutinized by the seed certifying agencies again. And then when the application form is received, the verification of the seed source is to be done, and then after that field inspection to be done by the field inspectors from the seed certifying agencies. And the right after that, after harvesting the seeds, the post-harvest supervision of seed crops has to be done, and then seed sampling and testing finally when the seed is dried and the seed is sent to the seed testing lab for seed testing, and it has to be tested for all the quality characteristics, either it may be genetic or it may be physical purity test. And finally, after qualifying all these, the seeds are ready for labeling, tagging, sealing, and grant of certificates. Okay, so let's see one by one. So receipt and scrutiny of applications. Under this, any person who wants to produce certified seeds, who is willing to produce a certified seed, shall register his name with the concerned assistant director of seed certification by permitting rupees 25 per crop per season. Okay, so this is minimal amount kept in such a way that even a marginal farmer would be able to apply. And there are, of course, applications for 3 seasons, okay, under certifications: Kharif, Rabi, and summer. And the applicant shall be able to shall submit 2 copies of the application to the assistant director of certificate 10 days before the commencement of the seasons or at the time of registration of a report. So these are the details of the how application form has to be submitted, and the application is received by the seed certifying agencies and scrutiny is done. Okay, right after that, right after submission of the applications and scrutinize the application form, about the details of different details of the seed grower. Okay, so in the next slide we have the a website which is created by Orissa State Seeds and Organic Product Certification Agency. So under these, the seeds are the seeds growers can apply for seed certifications. Okay, they can register for seed certifications by filling online application forms, although in some other states, okay, so in this Andhra Pradesh State Seed Certification Authority also there is facility for online applications, while in other states there is no online facilities where they can apply offline. Okay, and here also you can see the different rates, different charges for registration and for different crop plants which are given as such. Okay, and seed testing and so. Registration fee is usually 25 rupees, and later on you have to pay up for the different crop plants that you're willing to produce and to get certified, and the different rates are given as such. Okay, so next, coming to verification of seed source. In all cases where the fields are under foundation and seed certification production, okay, when the grower desires to produce foundation seed and seed certified seed production, the individual who takes up the production must submit the seed certificate documents, okay, which includes the certification tags and purchase records, etc., of the source of seed, okay, source of seed which the farmer is going to grow in his field plot. Okay, usually the agencies, usually the seed suppliers are KVKs, okay, or institutions such as state agricultural universities or private firms which they supply to several farmers for seed production, and usually they call it as seed village units. Okay, and coming to the next one, which is field inspection. The primary purpose of field inspection is to satisfy the following. What are these? To know the previous crop grown in the same plot of land, okay, to know about the volunteer crop plants, okay, if the crop plant which is grown in the field plot is of a different variety but of the same crop plant, it is very difficult for the seed grower to remove that, because the plants are all alike, and when it comes to genetic purity it is different. So the farmers may accidentally harvest those seeds from the volunteer plants, which volunteer plant means the plant from the last year cropping. Okay, so, so while harvesting, if seeds fall down, so it may grow into a next generation seeds. Okay, and to maintain isolation distance from one variety to another, okay, because there may be crossability when it comes to cross-pollinated crop plants, although some self-pollinated crop plants are also highly cross-pollinated. Okay, if you don't maintain the minimum distance prescribed under Indian minimum seed certification standards, to maintain the varietal distinguishable characteristics, to maintain and to segregate those off-type plants and to remove those off-type plants from the uh, seed growing unit, and to get free from mechanical admixtures with other crop plants, objectionable weeds, etc., whenever and any phases of the crop growing period. Okay, so this is not under post harvest management, this is under the crop growing period. So all the physical characteristics, all the phenotypic characteristics has to be looked upon by the field inspector. It has to be inspected by the field inspector from time to time, at least 4 times during the 4 or 5 times during the crop growing season, and the farmer has to maintain the field uh, to get recognition from the seed inspector. Okay, so the farmer has to clean the crop from avoid the field plot from off types and volunteer types, and of course from objectionable weeds and mixtures, to so that the seed inspector won't won't reject the field plot because of having all these uh, inferior quality characteristics. Okay, the next thing is post harvest supervision. Okay, what is post harvest supervision? Right after harvesting, so field operations so operations or processing such as drying of seeds, seed storage, and all kinds. So it has to be checked upon by, again, the inspector. Right after harvesting and tracing, we have to be done after the harvesting and tracing has to be done after obtaining the certified seeds, and right after obtaining the approval from the certification agencies. The grower must complete all stages of tracing, winnowing, etc. with stipulated time. Okay, because if the grower delays tracing, winnowing time, the seed quality, the seed may not germinate because of dormancy period, enhanced dormancy period, or the seed may get then degenerated. Some seeds are sensitive. They have to be, if they have to be stored in a cold temperature. So if it is exposed to sunlight for drying for a prolonged period of time, so it will damage the seed rather than its enhancement from the drying. Okay, so it's several quality characters has to be done, has to be maintained during post harvest with post harvest period by the farmer or the seed grower, upon which the activities are going to be checked by the seed inspector, and to be advised, of course, to be advised by the seed inspector. And this all includes from harvesting, tracing, and then storage. Okay, and right after the seeds are processed, okay, after processing, post harvest uh, supervision is done. So seed sample and analysis, or you can say seed testing, is done in different seed testing laboratories present in every state. Okay, seed testing laboratories are present throughout the Indian terrain, Indian states. In every state, every state has seed testing laboratories where the seed testing is done for genetic and physical purity. Okay, then how seed testing is done we have already discussed. Maximum size of seed lot may be 20 kgs, although it may be different from, although this is the total size, okay, or the sample size, and the sample size which is to be sent to the seed testing laboratories differs from one crop to another, which you can see here. For cereal crop plants it is usually higher, which is 1000 grams, we can say 1 kilogram. And for paddy you have here, especially for paddy, although it is cereal crop plant, it is a little bit less, 400 grams. And then jute we have 100 grams, cucumber we have 150 grams, and um, cruciferous crops we have 100 grams. And labeling of seeds, okay, right before the seed is certified, the seed is labeled, and typical label uh, seems similar to this. Okay, so labeling is done by the seed grower. So in this case it is a seed company. Okay, seed label given by seed company, reliable seed company, 1 2 3 production way, this and that. And the variety, rumsey, yellow Indian grass, and the net weight with date of test, which is conducted by the seed company along with the seed inspector. Okay, seed physical purity and grow out test, which is conducted by the seed grower along with this in the seed testing laboratory. And amount of noxious weeds, pure seed percentage, other crop seeds, inert matter, weed seeds, germination, hard seeds, and dormant seeds are to be indicated in the seed label. Okay, so when it is done, it is called as truthful label seeds. The seed lot is called as truthful label seeds. And talking about the validity period of the certificate, the validity period of the certificate is 9 months, usually from the date of test and the time of initial certifications. Or if it gets expired, if 9 months is complete, the validity period could be further extended for another 9 months, provided on retesting seed conforms to the prescribed standards which is achieved during the last seed testing analysis. Although coming to the end of the slide. Okay, thank you. And if you have any questions, you can ask